recently the whole morning routine thing's a new thing now that everyone's banking on. He jumps in the pool and it's like 10:36 or like 8:36 and he hits the water and it's 8:40.
There is a game of dating. Girls know it, guys know it. There's a game.
I just think nowadays everyone's just too busy thinking about views, and they generally don't care about how brain rot the content actually is.
At any point in your life, did you actually watch someone online that you maybe just being a better person? Have you ever consumed any of that content? And be honest.
Yeah, growing up, never. Have you ever like done any of that? Because like you look like you probably did.
The specimen, right?
Yeah.
The first time I ever heard of, I was like 18 to 20 years old. I think a lot of people watching this podcast, whether you're a girl or you're a guy, a lot of us have still watched something to learn about.
Did you even think about that when you got a house? That lifestyle is only good if you genuinely just want to be a lone wolf and just lock yourself off from the world. That's the only way I think it works. The guy wasn't even laughing. Look at him. He's laughing at the podcast.
Yeah.
He's just giggling.
You want to introduce yourself?
I don't need to introduce myself. When I walk into a room, people already know who I am.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, my success speaks for itself, you know? Like, I just don't think like tap water. I just think it's disgusting.
No.
It's making you stupid every day, right?
Oh, 100%.
Why would you ever do that? I actually don't put my...
There's like estrogen in the water, so you actually become more effeminate too.
You get what I'm saying, right? It makes common
Obviously.
sense. Common sense, right?
It's common, but most people just aren't at that level.
Exactly. Like, I mean, like, everyone's gonna look at me like, oh, you have so much money, you should be giving back. Do I really need to? Like, I don't think so.
Could you imagine somebody for the first time
God.
just tuned in? They're like,
Dude, who
wait.
the fuck is this guy? They start searching up my name. Alright. If you guys are confused about what the hell that like last 2 minutes was, I was just trying to be all these people online that we're seeing nowadays who are just giving the most basic advice and the most randomest things and saying, oh, you do these 2-3 things and you could be like just like me. So this whole podcast, like if you read by the title, we're gonna be reacting to like the cringiest podcast moments. I want to see what your thoughts are on this because my thoughts are like, yeah, whatever. Like I just think it's very cringe. I don't know if you like think it's cool or something because we're a different age bracket over here.
Okay, well, before we go into it, did you, and be honest about it, don't bullshit. I think circumstances lead you to this too, so it depends. But did you not grow up, but like, did any point in your life, did you actually watch anyone online that you learned like skills from that are not like how do you fix this? Or
Yeah.
I'm talking about just like not success, but like maybe just being a better person, being better, being either a better person in a relationship, being better in your career. Have you ever consumed any of that content? And be honest.
Younger, no. Like most of my like kind of like how to shape yourself as a person or do stuff was mostly based on movies, documentaries and stuff like that. It was never like me like going out there looking at podcasts or videos, long form videos. I mean, yeah, like I never knew who David Goggins was, never heard of any of these motivational speakers, probably till like the rise of like TikTok and like COVID era. That's kind of like when it blew up, right? But yeah, growing up, never. Have you ever like done any of that? Because like, I don't know, like you look like you probably did.
The specimen, right?
Yeah.
No, I mean, the first time I ever heard of anyone that, like, I was 20 years old, probably. I was like 18 to 20 years old, just starting out and like working. And I was working in sales for some time, but then I was getting into leadership, some opportunities. And I was like, okay, I should probably like learn some stuff here. And then Tony Robbins was one of the early ones. And then actually, funny enough, Gary V in 2012.
Yeah, Gary V. Yeah.
But Gary Vaynerchuk, I was watching him like, and he has been consistent with his message for this whole period of time.
Even though sometimes it's a little funny.
Some stuff was a little, well, being funny is part of the marketing.
Yeah.
But he used to have like a show where it was like Ask Gary V. He would answer a bunch of entrepreneurs' questions. And I wasn't an entrepreneur. I worked in like a regular job and all these things. And I was just learning about, hey, how do these people think? How do these marketers think? I was just so curious. Tony Robbins, I found out about before Gary Vaynerchuk. And I watched some of his YouTube stuff, when I heard about him, one of my managers
Great
back
voice.
in the day, just a great performer, right? In that sense, just a specimen too, honestly.
And he knows how to like, he can really capture an audience, like with how he speaks. Great. All these people, the commonality, like at least the good motivational speakers, all amazing speakers.
Even the ones that aren't giving a good message can be good speakers.
Yeah, it just because they take their time and like really break down the most basic thing and make it seem so like intense and dramatic.
Yeah. So what I was gonna say, Tony Robbins, I watched his like talks and all that kind of stuff, and I was like, oh wow, there's like this is this is big brain stuff. When you're 18, 19 years old,
Yeah.
especially, but even when you're 30, if you just never looked into it, it's gonna be new information. And it was talking about one of the things that to this day I still see, and I've seen it talked about in books and other speakers' YouTube videos, but it's like they call it the compounding effect. Have you ever heard of that?
I think I've heard of it, and funny enough, one of these videos.
Exactly. But you literally actually can change a huge make a huge change in your life by doing small things consistently, obviously, and it makes sense. You've
Yeah.
done it. You've done it without thinking about what it is.
Exactly.
But it's like, okay, you know what? I'm going to eat better, or I'm going to take more supplements, and then you start taking supplements, then you start eating better, then you start working out more, whatever. If you do one thing better, and that's why I also would like anything. It's about starting and just get going.
Habit forming. That's how it starts. You
Yeah,
have to start off with
Atomic
something.
Habits is another
Yeah,
book.
great book.
Yeah, so
I
there's-
actually read that book. It's a good
yeah,
book.
so there's a lot of people read these books and then they talk about it on a podcast and they
Mhm,
act all
yeah.
smart and they try and say that's their own.
If anyone's
formula.
talking about the 48 Laws of Power, whatever the fuck that book is, just tune off. That book is so evil. Like I just read like a
It's-
few chapters of it. It's such an evil book. Like
Yeah.
type of like manipulation and whatnot in that book. It's very odd.
But it's if the thing is, it's very good to read it and understand that there are people that
That
use
will
these
do that.
strategies.
Yeah, exactly.
So
yeah.
you
I
are
get that.
aware,
Yeah.
and if you're aware that somebody's going to use this law of power or this law of power, you'll be able to see it.
Yeah.
And I've mentioned this before, but if somebody tells you, if I ask you right now, how many red cars did you see on the way here? You're gonna have no idea. But now that I've told you
4.
this to you, yeah, sure, I'm sure. But if you were to go and if I was to tell you now, hey, when you're driving home, let me know how many red cars you see. You're gonna see so many, right? Like
Mhm.
you're gonna see like way more than you could ever imagine because you're gonna be
Yeah.
looking for it, right? So it's the same thing when you're aware of how I've always been fascinated about not just the message someone is saying, but how they're saying it, how the crowd is responding to it, or the commenters or the viewers or whoever are reacting to it. And it's fascinating for me to observe that whole thing
Yeah.
and learn from it. Tony Robbins talks about, hey, when I go golfing, because he's golfs with his clients or whatever, right? When he goes golfing, and that's such a rich guy sport,
know,
isn't it? It's just so
literally.
funny.
Yeah,
right?
golfing.
Such, not everyone I know is like rich that plays golf. I get that. It's that sport.
It's always
It's that.
golfing though. Like
It's always
out
golf.
with my clients golfing.
Yeah,
Like it's
yeah,
always something like that.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm not good at golf. So if I was good at golf, if I got good, maybe I'd do it more.
Honestly, you'd probably be decent. You played hockey before. I know it's not the same thing. I tried golf.
No, I'm horrible.
I'm terrible. Like honestly, I'm so bad at golf.
No, it's embarrassing.
Like I
I
missed the
went with
ball.
like golfers
Yeah.
that actually practice like year round
Why would you go with them? That's a worse crowd to go with.
because I was like, you know what? Let's
you
check it
look
out.
even worse.
Well, I was like, I'm not gonna be good. They're like, it's fine. And then it was like I was holding up the whole lineup of people behind. I was like, I'm not trying this hole anymore. Let's keep going. But anyways, he mentioned that when you're golfing, 1 degree change in the positioning of your putt. What is it called? Golf club? A
Sure.
putt. No, what do you?
Like what are you doing? Are you trying to
And when you hit
Like-
the ball, what is it? What is it?
driver?
Driver. Any little change that you make when you're golfing, like that 1 degree change that you make when you're actually hitting the ball could make like a huge difference when the ball actually reaches where it's going. And that 1 degree is a difference between being like a hole in one versus being way off sometimes. And that's how he explained life. Like anything in life, it's like you can just do one little change right now, but like 5 years from now, that could be the biggest. It could result in a totally
Butterfly
different path.
effect. He just explained butterfly effect.
I don't know if it's butterfly.
That's
effect.
legitimately butterfly.
Like if you
effect.
make one change and then how much?
Now I'm fucking having to deconstruct Tony Robbins. Like I actually like he just said some basic shit. Any
No.
little thing blossoms into a
No, but
whole
it's just
different. Like,
again. I
thing.
told you at the time for me it was big brain stuff. So
Yeah.
with Tony Robbins,
Oh, especially at that
Vaynerchuk-
age. Yeah, that age.
Gary Vaynerchuk. Then there's other YouTubers. Honestly, like I was single for a long time. So in that time,
So Myron?
I got out of a relationship after high school. So way before Myron days, there were other YouTubers out there. There's this one video that I still think is like one of the best videos. I think the guy was actually from Vancouver too. His name was Sasha Daygame. Have you ever heard of him? So he made a video. It went completely viral, and it was a silent film where a cute girl is like at a coffee shop, and there's this guy who's like sees her, she sees him, and obviously they're kind of into each other, and he's too scared to go talk to her. And in his head, the whole time, it depicts that the guy is like, oh my God, she thinks I'm a creep. She's going to think this. She's going to think that. And then it goes to the mind of the girl, basically. I forget exactly how it goes, but we'll link to it. The girl's like, obviously like, oh my God, he doesn't like me. Like no good guys like me. And it's like, he finally makes the courage and just goes and says hi. And that's the end of it. It's like a short film like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, like, okay, who is this guy? Then it's just him like rambling and doing rants and stuff like that. Not Myron style. He's his own kind of character in a way. But it was a lot about, okay, when you speak to women or whatever, like, first of all, just go speak to girls. Like, go say hi. Like, it's fine. But if you're getting bad responses, like, maybe it's time to change your appearance a little bit or focus on health and wellness, and maybe to get a new haircut. Like, you got to try different things
You
to
sound like
finally,
these guys now. You're turning into
No.
you're evolving.
So I'm just saying, I've like watched a lot of that content, and I feel like a lot of girls watch their own type of content. I mean, we talked about it before. I think a lot of people watching this podcast, whether you're a girl or you're a guy, I think a lot of us have still watched something to learn about bettering ourselves.
Yeah, for sure.
That we
even without us
think
even knowing. Like
that,
we
yeah,
probably have.
but like naturally, if you are at all about self development, like if you're just sitting at home playing video games all day, or you're just doing nothing all day, I guess you won't fit in this category. But the average
So you're
person,
talking about me?
yeah,
Oh, okay.
the average person is definitely like has probably used this stuff. Girls have their own type of content that may be sharing with them how other girls do their makeup and go about their day, and the same thing applies for guys. This content stuff is pretty gender. It's for every gender, for every niche of that gender.
Yeah.
So if you're all about makeup, or you're all about fitness, or you're all about yoga, you're all about meditation, or you're all about freaking being witchcraft and doing the whole like
Or on just stocks and crypto.
or stocks, yeah, whatever, right? So there's all these there's something for every niche.
everyone, yeah.
Okay. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I was above it. I watched a lot of that content. There was another guy named How to Beast. I thought I unfollowed him because he was so
I think I heard that, yeah.
I think he was super clickbait afterwards, and I just don't like him at all. And like a lot of these people, you start off listening to them, but then sometimes you go,
they start changing. Like it gets
they start
weird.
changing, or you're like, okay, like we get the point now. Or for me, it's like, I have learned what I need to learn from you. I've now surpassed your audience level.
Wow.
And it's time to move on to the next thing.
You upgraded.
Yeah. And so the reason why content creators make so much content that's catered to that like for level one niche of any niche, they just find their niche and they go into level one, because level one is the broadest audience. Level two, level three, once you get to level three, like you'd have to have some sort of intellect about a certain topic, and you're really trying to think deeper about it, right? So if you're watching like that content, it's not as easy to digest for the average person, which means it's just not going to go viral. So if you're trying to get as many views as possible and try and get to the largest audience as possible, you pretty much have to go to level one level knowledge, which is like, hey, I wake up in the morning. That's right. I wake up and then I have water. And then before I go to bed, I like have this like vitamin, like,
Basic stuff.
Basic stuff.
Yeah. But that shit doesn't last forever, because eventually everyone's like, yeah, that shit doesn't fucking work.
Yeah. So leave it in the comments. What did you watch? Right. I'm curious, but we're going to sit here and talk a lot about all these content creators. I'm going to give my honest thoughts, but I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I didn't learn a lot of stuff from them. But the thing is, as I understand now, we're talking about everyone here, like the Andrew Tates and the Myron Gaines, you have those guys, you have the How to Beast and Tony Robbins, you have all these different type of people. There's a lot that like I learned by watching how they behaved, how they got to be the most Googled people. Like, it's fascinating to me. How they communicate, how the audience responds, how they react to that. It's so fascinating to me. But the average person is not looking at that.
Yeah, they're looking at like what
they're like,
saying.
oh, he told
The
me
message.
that I need to basically like hate on a girl or disrespect a girl, or I need to do this. That's what's going to get me girls. Like, again, there is a game of dating, and girls know it, guys know it. There's a game. You have to make sure you're not too hot, too cool, like, oh, too mean or too nice at the beginning. And there's like, I get that. But to the extremes that they share it, if you listen to that and you just take it at face value without looking at the other side,
and
that,
if
that
you
is a
weren't
worrisome.
putting yourself out there, like, you just wouldn't know, and you would try it, and everyone just be put off by you.
Yeah. So when somebody shares, hey, this is how I got to be successful, they might have 10 steps. 3 of those, 4 of those, maybe 7 of those steps I might fully agree with. But 3 of them I might full-heartedly disagree with. The fact is, sometimes there is value there, but there's a lot of trash online. And I think like, yeah, part of like this conversation is to have fun with it and like go review over this stuff. But also like, honestly, like it should be serve as a little bit of a wake-up call. It's like everyone is just trying to do that now. And I'm struggling with it too, because I want to create content for my business. I want to give value. And as I've done a lot of research over the last like 6 months, trying to understand how to create content for this, a lot of it is level 1 shit. And I'm like, I don't want to be one of those people that are just trying to like tell you, hey, I want to have conversations that are a little bit more intellectual, maybe with a smaller audience that at least is like, okay, I've learned level 1 now. I need to get to level 2. Those are the people that I want to, cater to, but it's difficult because it's not going to go viral. It's going to be like, this guy's talking about something that goes way over my head. It may be extremely valuable. So anyways, I've been struggling to figure that out. So as someone watching this today that might see me making content in a week or a month, they're going to be like, bro, this guy's such a hypocrite. I am trying to create content. I'm trying to figure out how to navigate through this, provide value while also not like just being an idiot about it. Because it comes with a lot of responsibility. People think of it as, oh, who cares? It's the internet.
Well, no,
People are influenced by
it's
you.
kind of like your legacy, right? I mean, whatever we make on this podcast is going to be there forever for everyone to see in any generation, I guess, unless like the world blows up. But yeah, I mean, anything we say here, like, it's weird because when I see these clips of these podcasters, like, they can easily edit that shit out.
Edit what out?
Like, all these stupid things they say, like, all these, like, most irrelevant stuff. I guess they do it for the sake of clips and the whole level 1 aspect, I guess. But I don't know. I just think nowadays everyone's just too busy thinking about views, and they genuinely don't care about how brain rot the content actually is.
No, people create content now and they look at, they'll 100% see that, okay, I made a post talking about this stupid topic, but I got 1 million views, or even if I got 1,000 views, and then I talked about this and I got no plays. Okay, I need to make more of these videos. And we've talked about that too. It's like, okay,
we've experienced it. Like the one clip we had, the reel, with the
fat asses.
Yeah, that reel blew up. Like if you go on our TikTok, it's like over like 110K like views compared to like on average we get like less than 1,500. Yeah. And that didn't really make us change. If we really wanted to, be like, all right, boom, our whole channel street interviews now. Screw the podcast. We could have done that, but it's not kind of what we want to do, right?
But we talked about it.
Yeah, we talked about it.
And we still will do street interviews, but like, it's, you just go, okay, I'm going to make more of this. And like, I don't know, we get penalized by the algorithm all the time. We've talked about some things that like the algorithm doesn't want you talking about, right? This one might be kind of trendy right now because a lot of people are talking about how everyone's starting a podcast and they're talking about stupid stuff. And and there's also a lot of people that aren't going viral that are just trying to put brain rot out there. Yeah. And just, again, trying to go viral.
Yeah, and a lot of these pages, like, I don't even think it's the people themselves from the podcast promoting this stuff. It's other people. Like, it's other pages. Like, I mean, during COVID, the whole Andrew Tate thing was that he specifically got people to do his own marketing for him. What they would do is they would clip things that he says, put it on Twitter, put it on X, Twitter, TikTok, and they get views from that, and then they get monetization from that on their end. And he's like, I'm not going to take it. You guys just keep it. So that started this whole trend of let's go back in the past and let's go and now just say some more brain rot stuff on podcast, clip it, make a 10-second video of it, and just put it out there, and it's going to get a bunch of engagement on it. So that's what the whole motivational, low IQ podcast thing's all about. Where it's just
its own pyramid scheme almost, but you actually do make money from it.
Yeah, you do make money
Crazy
from
money.
it. You do, yeah. And like the whole model's out there. Like everyone's been doing it. And it's gone to a point now where I think it's really never going to go away, because it seems like every other month or a few months down the road, a new thing comes out. I mean, recently the whole morning routine thing's a new thing now that everyone's banking on. But yeah, I mean, that's just how the internet's kind of been.
Let's start with that one then, the morning routine one, because that's kind of where this was inspired from.
Yeah.
So everyone's probably seen
not
the
inspired
clip.
from it. I mean, some of this stuff happened before. The morning routine's kind of like the one that's like
But that's kind of
popular
sparked
right
us to like talk about this more today.
So I guess we can kind of watch the video together.
Well, we've seen I think this one everyone's seen. So
yeah, the one where the hot
I think that one. Yeah.
So for me, when I look at this video, the one thing I noticed is like he's got to be sponsored by that water company. There's no way he's not.
Seems sketch, yeah.
It has to be. Yeah. I mean, And plus, all of his stuff looked like he probably just rented it. Like I don't think he actually owns any of this stuff. And the thing is, he doubles down on he double downs on everything he said. Like I think in the part of the clip, like we'll play it. He jumps in the pool and it's like 10:36 or like 8:36, and he hits the water and it's 8:40. And he's like, "No, I genuinely was in the water in the air for 4 minutes." Like I know he could be trolling, but like just based on how his whole content is, I don't know what his whole like. I think it's just like brain rot stuff. Like it's nothing real.
Yeah, I don't know. It's tough. You know, you're filming yourself, doing all these things and all that stuff, and you kind of have to do it to create this content. So like if you're actually putting value out there, you still kind of need to do it. But yeah, my thought is like, I don't know, man. Like early mornings are great
Yeah,
if you're gonna wake up early, and a lot of people say, "Oh,
that's
I
a
started
good
waking up
thing
early."
I take out of his videos.
No, but like, well, yeah, but like I don't like to wake up early. You know that.
No one does.
No, but like
Some people do, I guess.
some people are just morning people. Some people force themselves to be morning people. I'm letting it be. I'm letting myself work into the late hours of the night.
Yeah.
I still end up having to wake up sometimes early, and so I'll try and sleep earlier those nights. But any regular day, I can still start my day a little bit later, like 9, 10, instead of or later.
4 a.m. or
Instead-
6 a.m.
Instead of starting it at 4 a.m. or 6 a.m., I'm
Yeah.
like, no, I'm not doing that. I just can't. It's depressing. for
I mean,
me.
you have obligations too,
And guess
right?
what?
Like
Look,
you have
I'm
to
not
go
doing-
out. You're going out with your friends, or you have a birthday or a party where you're gonna leave that party like right when you walk in the door. You're gonna walk out, do an Irish goodbye. Like it just makes no sense. Like that lifestyle is only good if you genuinely just want to be a lone like wolf and just lock yourself off from the world. That's the only way I think it works.
When I think of these type of clips, the first thing I always think about, though, there was a clip back in the day that went viral too. It's like, hey guys, you know why you're not successful right now? What time is it right now? You know what time it is for me? It's 6 a.m. Nobody else is awake yet. Or it's like 4:30 a.m. Nobody look around me, and he shows around. He's like,
I remember
nobody's
that
outside.
video. Yeah.
It's like one of those videos. And it's just like, okay, cool. It's true. It's true. Like if you can wake up and do that, but if you can be creative, or you can be, let's say you need whatever you need time, secret time to work on a project, whatever. If you can be more efficient and effective in the late hours of the night, which is me, let me just lean into it. I'm doing it right now as a test, and it's been going fairly well.
I think that like the message they always never give is whatever time you have, just maximize it. That's all. It doesn't matter if you wake up early, go to sleep late, wake up late, go to sleep early, like whatever. Whatever time you have, if you take advantage of it and actually do something, that's all that matters. It doesn't matter what time you wake up.
The thing
It
that's,
doesn't matter.
The thing that's tough is this content is, you sit there, you watch it, you go, I like that, what he's saying. You watch more of it. You watch more of it. Their videos are also designed, because they know what they're doing, to keep you watching the next one and the next one and the next one and the next one.
Yeah.
Now, again, if you're providing value and people are actually learning stuff from it, great. But still, they're getting all these people to just watch, and a lot of them aren't actioning anything,
Yeah.
but they like feel like they almost get secondhand.
I was gonna say that. Yeah.
Secondhand, like a
Feeling
success.
Success. Yeah. Like
It's like,
I feel like
I'm
doing
hanging
this
out
well.
with him because like that morning routine video.
Yeah.
It feels like you're actually chilling in his house with him.
Yeah. I mean, you kind of like brought up the same thing with the therapist podcast we have, where it's like a lot of people hear this but not take action.
Yeah.
And it's like it's normal. I mean, I don't expect people to be like,
Yes.
oh fuck, I heard that, dropping whatever I do and fucking going to run a half a mile. No one's gonna do that. This is not like normal. No, it's not a normal thing to do. It takes a certain kind of person to just do that instantly, and they wouldn't be waiting for a podcast to tell them to do that. They would just do it anyways. I feel.
Again, you watch something, you action it, it's great. If you don't want to action it, that's fine. You're learning, you're bettering yourself, you're just learning about different perspectives. Like when you're watching stuff on the latest news, like you don't have to act on it, you just want to watch it, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I just think that like this stuff is not, it's not one size fits all.
Yeah.
And you need to, should you try it? Yeah, sure. Try
Yeah, why
6
not?
a.m.,
Yeah.
wake up and doing a cold shower, or try this like makeup routine if you want. Go ahead and try it. But don't think that that is what's going to solve your problem.
Yeah.
And to be honest, like we'll talk about it, I guess, but like these people probably aren't even happy.
Yeah.
Like, some of these people are probably way more depressed than even you.
Yeah.
Straight up. And all their dopamine comes from all those views and likes they get.
And likes and comments and everything.
And that's it. And that validation.
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. Most of these people, they are faking it. They're faking it. They're trying to say that they got that jet or they got those, those fake jets they all sit in.
Like the one in LA where you can just rent out and
like
do
everyone does
you
it.
want.
So many people do that. Like that's just insane.
Yeah. And everyone knows it's the same jet because the numbers are exact same.
Like we should you know what I mean?
Let's
we want to
do a
do
pod
that.
in there.
if we wanted to do that, it would be like literally literally like, hey, yeah, guys, we're just chilling on a jet. And it's like, come on, right? You're just trying so hard and like these people are not happy, yo. I'm just gonna say it. Like most of these people, I'm not gonna say all of them are not happy.
Yeah.
But some of them, their happiness relies on a lot of
Dopamine rush,
validation from the viewership.
Yeah.
And that's why you see so many people that have like a channel that was created, let's say 2015, but you go to their oldest video, it's only a year ago. And then you're like, okay, views are pretty good. But then you look at their like channel page and you see, oh wow, they have like 100 million views. This doesn't add up because they deleted archived all the other videos. And what they did was back 10 years ago, they talked about crypto, or, let's say crypto. And then 8 years ago, they talked about freaking like whatever else. Now they're talking about AI. And then next year, they're going to talk about freaking like robots. And then next year, they just keep changing their thing and they're selling courses on that. And then they look good though because they have a million subscribers from back in the day.
They look like they're a reputable source, right?
Yeah, dude. So you just like see all these, that's grifting. That's literally grifter. You're just going to whatever's popular and then you're also hiding your previous past. So you're like, I'm the original AI person. It's like,
I've been in the AI field for 70 years.
Yeah. It's like, AI has been around for much longer than the average person knows. And I've been looking at it longer than a lot of people because I was like, with Tesla self-driving car stuff, I was like, that was what opened my eyes to AI. And there was like the first time I used like a chat GPT type of thing was like in 2018, like a chat GPT type of thing. And I was mind blown by it, but it was very basic back then. And it was also Elon's project from Neuralink that like, I just saw it and I was like, oh, cause I was nerding out over it. But you'll start to see it now that I mention it. Go to someone's page. They got a lot of subscribers. Their oldest video was not that long ago. Channel was created a long time ago. They have a lot more views. And it's not adding up. You know that they've been changing whatever. So if whatever they're saying to you, they're just trying to manipulate the audience right now and selling them a course, selling them whatever. Which is what I struggle with is, do I sell a course? Do I sell something? Like if I actually have good value for like an audience that is level 3 or level 2 or whatever.
It's just annoying
because these people
I don't want to be
ruined
it, and you don't want to be that guy as well.
And honestly, I don't buy
you have
courses,
good intentions,
but
and that's the thing. Based on what's happened out there in the kind of social media landscape, it sucks because you can have the best intentions, and say, for example, even like one person had like a bad situation or they just didn't vibe with it, you're gonna get a bad rap. Like, yo, this guy's just like everyone else, just like one of those losers selling a course online. I didn't get no help.
There's even a guy online in the automation AI space that I saw him at like 100 subscribers and like barely any views. I started watching some of his content. I'm like, it's pretty good. And his videos were like, hey guys, day like whatever, and hey guys, I got like no subscribers, but all these people are lying to you, blah blah blah. Like, let me show you. And he was accurate. He was actually talking real stuff. Fast forward like 6 months, or not 6 months, few months later, he got a bunch of views. He got whatever. He's like, hey guys, I'm launching my own personal thing. It's called. I'm just gonna say what it. Actually, I won't say what it is because I don't want to give it any free advertising.
Yeah.
But he basically called it like the top 1% type shit. Like top 1%. Join my club. Only allowing this many people.
Yeah.
Waitlist starts now. You guys don't want to miss this. And then people started commenting. They're like, didn't you say you're not like one of those course bros? He's like, this is not a course, bro. It's a club, bro. It's blah, blah. It's like, bro,
just
cringe, bro.
I
unsubscribed. I'm like, you're just one of those people.
Yeah, they just mold it in their own way where they use words like exclusive, like, oh, only my real fans are gonna want this one, or like they use words like that where it's like, if you are a big fan of that person, you're doing it.
Yeah.
Because like he's talking to you directly, right?
Yeah.
So it's like these people are smart. It's kind of like a lot of these really successful social media like influencers, they're like pros at psychology. They're very like they don't need a degree or anything for it, but they're so good at it with how their thumbnails work, with how their wording is, with how they can keep you hooked onto everything they're saying. So you stay till the whole video and watch the third ad to get the ad revenue fully, like that type of stuff. So it's like they're so smart. And even where they place their ads, right in between like guys, we just welcome to Toyota, like that type of stuff, right? So these people are smart. They're very intelligent people. Where it's obviously like there's such like a thin line though, where it's like, are they really smart psychology wise, or they're just manipulating people, right? So it's like a very thin line in between both of that.
If you want to look at marketing in evil way, it's just manipulating the public.
Yeah.
If you want to call it in a more positive way, you say it's having influence on the public. And that influence, if it's used for bad, it's manipulating. If it's for good, or to get them to buy your product, I mean, you're trying to get them to watch your stuff, buy your product, buy your course, trying to build credibility. And I don't know, there's a lot of great value available online on YouTube for free, for $0.
Yeah.
And I don't buy courses. And I've had people tell me, hey, Raj, hey, I'm going to this thing, or I just bought this course. I learned so much from it. I'm such a hater, man. I'm such a hater. I'm like, I don't believe you. Like, I don't, like, who are you really? But like, if it's like, if I'm trying to make music and like Nav was going to sell a course, okay, I'm down. But why are those people not selling courses? Because they're actually really good at what they do. And
they're not going to give out the formula.
Well,
a lot of them don't.
No, not only that, but you're also like, I don't need to resort to this to make money, right? Again, this is why I struggle with, if I sell courses or I sell memberships, like for my business, not even Limelight, like, how do I do this ethically? But like, I can't be doing this for free. I don't have free time to just like give out this. Like, I can't, But at the same time, if you make YouTube videos and you give good value, and I've learned so much on YouTube without having to pay $1. So
yeah. I mean,
that's why I don't really want to do it.
There's a lot of free education available.
I want to do it for free.
Like even Google Scholar, and I think there's a lot of websites like I'm not gonna mention them so I don't get in trouble. But you can get like free textbooks and stuff like that and whatnot. Honestly, you can get free education without like having to go through the whole spending thousands on education.
But I'm talking about courses like
I'm talking about
these kind of courses, not like college courses.
Oh no, but I'm saying like they still have like similar like information within the books and the courses, right? So that's why.
Yeah,
but at least it's more reputable, and you have something based, not like, oh hey, whatever, the top 1% fucking real estate club, like join me, like not that type of like clickbaity stuff.
Like nobody here is gonna do this, but like I watched a 6-hour, 30-minute YouTube video over the span of like a couple weeks or a week about, it was a YouTube course, and I'm like, okay, and most of those chapters I learned something new, and this is recent, so I was like, okay,
what was the course? If you mind me asking.
Well, it was on YouTube for free.
What was the course like? What was the course like?
Like starting a YouTube channel from scratch.
Oh, that's what it was?
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
So like the first bit of it, I'm like, okay, this is level 1 stuff that I already know. Level 2 stuff, I'm like, damn. Level 3 stuff, I'm like, damn. Okay, this makes sense. So just learning about YouTube. Like I was learning about it less for Limelight, more for my business stuff. Because again, I'm still trying to figure out how to create this content. But man, there's a lot of like amazing free content that we use, right? So I don't know. Why don't you go through some of these videos now?
Before we go into it, I do want to say like the whole, how some of these people are giving out advice, and like, I know the biggest one's Mr. Beast. Like he's giving out his model and his formula out to everyone and doesn't even hide it. He is just not scared because he knows no one's going to do it like him.
Oh, I love that you said that.
Yeah.
When I worked in corporate companies, Tesla, Best Buy, Bell, and I wanted to be number one, or I wanted our store to be, our team to be number one. Dude, I was obsessed with like, okay, what's the best strategy for us to get more customers in the door? What's the best way to do this, to do that, to do this? And I was always thinking it up. And when we be number one in that metric, all the other store managers or whatever would want to be like, yo, what are you doing over there? And I was like, hell no, I ain't telling no one. No one's getting my formula. And then I met a guy, and, very good mentor at the time. Still talk to him to this day. Great guy. Older than me, was also a manager and did really well for himself. Worked at Apple afterwards, and still does. He told me, Raj, give away the formula. If you want to grow and you want to be a leader, you want your whole region to be killing it. You get that kind of attention and credibility, you might actually get promoted to the next step. But I'm so small-minded thinking, because I'm like 20-something years old. I'm like, everyone else is 30. I'm like, I'm the best, right? Fuck these guys. But then he made it so clear. It's like, if you want to level up now and you want to go into a regional position, well, aside from all the politics and everything else involved, they're not going to promote like some like young kid and there's like parents and families, whatever, unless they did something crazy. Yeah. But even still, like politically, it wasn't going to make sense for me. There's so many people ahead of a bunch of us in line that have been working at Bell for like 40 years. Yeah. And that like finally made it to that point now, and they're helping us. I learned from. So I'm like, okay, just because my numbers are crazy, I don't deserve this. Yeah. But still, to learn and grow, to get to the next level. Like once I mentioned it on the therapy podcast, like you reach a point where you're like, okay, I just did all this stuff. Now what do I do? It was okay. It's time to like prove to myself that I can make like a bigger impact than my four walls. Mm-hmm. The best thing that he said to me was, Raj, no one's gonna be able to do it like you. If you're really that good, If you really think you're talented, if you're really gonna sit here and be cocky as shit as you're being right now, that you think you're this good, give it away. Same thing with LeBron. Do you think LeBron can tell, hey guys, when I shoot, I have my elbows, I have my arms like this?
Yeah.
He could give you a
You
full
can copy
breakdown.
the whole model.
It's not gonna work,
yeah.
bro. And honestly, it's him. It's his ligaments are different. His body's different length, and he might be wider. He might be taller. He might have bigger grip on the ball or smaller. Like, it's gonna be a million different variables. It's not gonna work. And that's when I was like, oh my God. And then I started giving this information, especially at Tesla. I'd be like, sharing your sauce. If it's like a physical act, if you're telling somebody a recipe for your like amazing, like
Only
ribs,
SpongeBob could cook the best Krabby
who?
Patty.
Yeah.
Not Patrick.
Yeah.
It's the chef, not the recipe.
Yeah,
Put
it's
that on
true.
a t-shirt. You know what? Fuck it. Make me one of these fucking fitness influencers, whoever they are.
But there is, the thing is, okay, I guess it's true. Maybe even if you get the perfect recipe, but if it's like an action, if somebody's telling you do this, and you're gonna get more girls. If you do this, you're gonna get more sales jobs. You're gonna get more customers. You're gonna get more success, whatever way you define it. You can follow their steps perfectly. You're never gonna be able to replicate it exactly for you. Maybe waking up at 6 a.m. works. So step 1 works. Step 2, he says you need to eat raw meat every morning.
And you don't like meat.
It's
Pause.
fine. It's gonna be fine. Right? So yeah, I agree with you 1,000,000%. I think if you're really talented at something, and that's why, again, I'm trying to figure out how to give away as much value as possible while still being relatively smart about it with my business. Because if I literally give away everything step by step, other people are going to start an automation agency and be like, this is how we do things. We're so good. So I'm just really struggling with how to like figure that out. But if you're really that talented, give it away. And Alex Hormozi, you know him? He's also really big in the business space now. He's really grown to be like the new Gary Vaynerchuk of the new generation of entrepreneurs. That's one thing that he talks about in his book. Give it away for free. Give it away. Even Gary Vee used to say that. Jab, 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 right hook. Give, and then ask. Hey, guys. And by the way, it's a good time to ask you. Please subscribe if you've made it this far in this podcast. Yeah, but I agree with you. Give away the formula. Go ahead. You want to go over some of the content?
Yeah. I mean, I guess we can kind of get into some of these videos that we've been seeing online. And yeah, just kind of our thoughts on it. So I'll start off with this one. It's essentially, these people are all just very dramatic and feel like they're in a major blockbuster movie. So I'll just start off with this one.
I asked God, why are you putting me through rough waters? And you know what he replied? It's because your enemies can't swim.
I mean, what are your thoughts on that amazing quote by whoever this man in the Ed Hardy hat? I think
It's obviously just, again, scripted. I don't even think he's talking to anyone. I don't think there's anybody on the other side of that. Straight up.
I just want to know, why is he look so depressed saying it? He's like looking down the whole time and just like, yes, God. He's a great voice.
I don't even know if it's
on
his
him,
voice, bro. I don't even believe it's his voice.
It's unreal. I mean, this is one that did blow up for a while. It's been cycled every now and then, but I'll just play it out and we'll see what you have to say about it.
Buy 10 rental houses before you're 30 years old. If you can buy 10 rental houses before you're 30 and you own those 10 rental houses at the age of 30 and you don't buy another piece of real estate for the next 25 years, when you're 55, more than likely, all of those properties are going to be paid for. And if, let's just say you still have a balance on all 10 because you put them on 30-year notes, you can sell off more than likely 2 or 3 and pay the rest off. So now you're sitting there with 7 homes paid for that you have tenants in and you have cash flow coming in every month. So think about that. If you literally had 7 rental properties making you $2,000 a month, that's $14,000 a month. That's called financial freedom.
Thoughts on this groundbreaking scheme did you even think about that when you got a house? You should have bought 10.
Yeah, it's like, come
Why
on.
would you get 1? You should have bought 10, dude. Like, in Vancouver, like, dude, it's so easy. You might as well grab 10. Right, dude, go and...
Dude, people are
if you're
financing
watching
their
this, go
DoorDash.
grab 10.
People are financing their DoorDash right now. How are you going to buy 10 houses? It's crazy.
10 houses.
Just out of touch.
And then his numbers of just like, oh, like, after like 5 years, it'll be like free. After like 6 years, it'll be
But
like...
again, keep in mind, if, let's say you're like a millionaire and you're 19 and you don't know what to do, maybe that video will give you some value.
No, honestly,
guys.
like what he's saying isn't wrong, but the exaggeration of like what you need to get to like be there, like unless you're that rich, honestly, like fuck, So like this is an older guy. Like I guess he's stuck in like the 1960s when houses were like $4 or whatever. So I don't know. Maybe he's stuck in that era. All right, we'll go to this. We'll go to someone who dilated time and manipulated it for himself.
So I measure time. I've compressed and condensed time. I've bent it. My day is 6 a.m. to noon, and I'm not crazy. You're crazy for thinking it takes 24 hours,
No,
just like some dude in a cave did 300 years ago.
300 years ago.
My second day starts at noon and goes till 6 p.m. That's day 2. And then the next day is 6 p.m. to midnight. What I've done now is I have changed and manipulated time. I now get 21 days a week. Stack that up over a month, I'm gonna kick your butt. Stack it up over a year, you're toast. Stack it up over 5 years, my entire life is different than it would have been otherwise.
First of all, he's like the equivalent of like a girl with like fake body, fake lips, everything. He just looks like kind of like everything looks exaggerated.
Yeah, everything looks exaggerated.
Is there somebody with him? Does he show another person sitting beside him? Sorry,
there was a guy for like half a second that showed like this guy right here.
Oh
He's
yeah,
like,
it's,
just like a regular
actually
dude.
no. That guy's got a major podcast.
Really?
That guy's a huge podcast.
I've never seen him before.
No, he's got a huge podcast.
What's his name?
It's like think podcast or something about like I don't know.
Well, the
We'll
point
figure it
is, there's a couple of things he said that just make no sense. 300 years ago,
We were not in caves.
we weren't in caves. I mean, right now, if you think about it, there are still people in caves, like uncontacted tribes, right? So, I mean, it's just stack it up over a week. I'm gonna kick your butt. Stack it up over a month, dude. Like
You're toast.
You're toast. Like, I don't know. What are your thoughts on this kind of mentality of like just making it seem so simplified?
The part that makes me feel gross is just like how it's being said. I mean, it's an interesting way to look at your day. You can think about your. I'm just saying, like, there's like something you could say that's like, some sort of, you could value it, but the way he's doing it is like, oh yeah, I'm this, I'm that, I'm this. Who is this guy?
Ed
It's
Millett or whatever.
weird, bro. It's
Millett.
just weird, man. I don't know. It's like would I want to consume more content for someone like that? I don't know. But the sad thing is there's an audience for it, clearly, because that's a big podcast he was on. So he has some sort of audience.
Because he stacked it up over a month and he kicked your butt. You're toast. It's just crazy. There's another guy who's been getting very popular recently based on, he's kind of been piggybacking off of Tristan Tate and Andrew Tate stuff. Like he hasn't been saying, he hasn't been saying directly anything they say, but his whole content was kind of based on like, oh, hey, like I'm cool with those guys because I'm a part of their war room and all that stuff, right? So like, yeah, so this is the type of stuff this guy says.
People tell me, Luke, how much money do you make in a day? I don't calculate money by day. I calculate money by hour.
How much do you make per hour?
How much? My hour is valued at $2,500 to $20,000, depends on the day. That's what I value my hour at.
Yeah.
So I will not touch a task under.
So this
215.
hour is worth $25,000.
At a minimum.
So Luke here has broken the construct down of hourly wages to the common man and woman in the world.
I go by hourly.
Who would have thought that? I genuinely thought everyone was doing everything based on yearly salaries and not by hourly wages. The guy was even laughing. Look at him. He's laughing at the podcast because he's just giggling. What are you saying, bro? I just don't understand how people like this honestly get a platform. Like he's gotten a platform by saying the most outlandish stuff in general. Like he says like
No, he said so much stuff, bro. He's that's just so, it's like rage bait, or what do they call it?
Yeah,
like,
I refuse to believe what he's saying is he has to be trolling.
no,
like,
but the
this
same
can't
thing
be
with
real.
Andrew Tate though. Andrew Tate though, everything he was saying was there's so much crazy extravagant stuff that he exaggerated. Some things that like literally like all this like stuff he's getting in trouble for.
Yeah.
He like, I feel like he exaggerated even some of that to look fucking crazy back in the day. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like that's why he's obviously hasn't been charged yet. Like all the stuff he's saying is
I
just
feel like
smoke.
that's the model now. You know, like you have to say something crazy, do something crazy to get popular, and then you do whatever the hell you want after.
Well, you know what?
Because
though?
even Neon, he kind of started off like all crazy, saying all kinds of crazy stuff on streams. Was known as a guy who just does reckless stuff and it crashes out, was like the phrase everyone uses. And now he's like completely toned it down. He's a normal guy, religious, I guess. And like, yeah.
What religion?
I think Islam or something. Because you said he was fasting.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, like this model, I've seen a lot of people do it recently, where you start off so explosive and so crazy and saying the most outlandish stuff, like borderline cancelable, right when you start off the gate. You get people you get people to like engage with it, even if they like it or they don't like it, and then you go do whatever you do after, and you already have that following. Then it's just a model everyone follows, and I feel like this guy's doing the same stuff. What do you think about that?
I mean, yeah, I think that maybe it's changing a little bit. Like everything was going woke, and then like now it's to the right, and then so I feel like maybe normal stuff's gonna come back. But I do think that you should be yourself, and I guess if these people are actually like that, some of them, not this guy, but some of them, that's a good thing. You should try to be different. But I guess that proves my point: is listen to this guy and don't be him. Be yourself. Like if that's not you. But these people, like, it's just so like, it's the younger crowd, the younger guys. I said that I was watching content, learning about, how to meet girls or how to be a better
But
man.
there wasn't a lot of this stuff during that
There
time.
was a lot of still stupid
but
stuff
not
that I
like-
didn't really love.
like
But
pumped out. Like,
no, the way
at
it is
the
now, it's
level it's at.
it's
crazy.
it's bad. So I don't know, man. It's just cringy, man. I don't know. It's like but I'll be honest. This is the equivalent of the girls, doing bikini pictures all day long on their posts or whatever, and just like if that's all you do, no offense. I'm just saying it's like it doesn't give any value. It's just getting a bunch of views. It's like, they call it rage corn, right? When you're like there's
never
rage.
heard of
Well,
this.
there's rage bait. There's rage corn. It's like
I've
the same
never
thing.
heard of
It's like the same thing. It's just like pissing you off,
Mhm.
but people love watching it because they're like, oh, I'm getting
Yeah.
mad. So it's the same thing for like girls. It's like girl influencers say their own thing, like, hey guys, here's how I found a man who like takes me out every weekend and blah 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 blah. Here's how I did it. And then there's like, hey guys, I started my makeup company. There's like the things that we don't see. We don't even see them in our algo.
'cause it's not an
But
algorithm,
I'm almost curious. I'm like, okay, what is the other side watching? And I still barely know what scrapes the surface. Like, share with us what crazy stuff you've seen. Yeah, what I'm saying is you should be yourself. You shouldn't be what you see online. But at the same time, if this is yourself, like, ugh, it's not good.
So the next one's a two-parter though.
I think that we should go. I think we should hopefully naturally reach an age where we really value true intellect versus just all this BS. AI will help with that. Hopefully, like AI can hopefully give you a lot of answers, make everyone a little bit smarter.
Yeah.
Hopefully, where you learn stuff just like from AI, and you get different perspectives. You use different AI. You ask different questions, get different bias opinions, and then you go and like watch TikTok and you like watch someone that's giving you entertainment. I don't know. I hope that people learn from like intellectual people, but I don't know. What were you gonna say?
Well, I think sometimes it has like actually no, not sometimes. I've actually seen the rise on at least X, where there'll be like some kind of controversial video and someone in the comments say, "Oh, X perplexity" or whatever, or like which is like some kind of AI that kind of explains the video, explains whatever context you might be
Yeah,
lacking.
it's a search engine. Yeah.
That's cool. I like that because in cases like this, when it's someone young, say for example, they came across a video of literally what I'm about to show next after this, you genuinely might just believe it because you're very gullible and all that. Because you're young, you probably just believe it. Oh, it's an older person. They look like it's working for them. They're doing what they're doing, right? So, yeah, I mean, some stuff can be dangerous, like a video like this. So these are two videos I'll show. So this guy didn't just say it once; he doubled down on it.
Water's a solvent, so it's dissolving your body.
This is bullshit.
The fact that people say it's hydrating your cells is crap. It's not a carbohydrate. It's not a fat. It's not a protein. It's literally a solvent. If you put any type of material in water, it dissolves it. That's what it's doing to your body. And same thing with water weight. You drink it.
And then he doubles down.
Water is a scam, all right? I'm the first to say this, by the way. I haven't drank water in like 6 months. And you might be saying, how are you still alive, Gavin? First off,
Wait
because
for it.
I'm a G. And second off, I drink fruit juice, raw meats, and if I'm thirsty, I'll have some watermelon and some celery or some cucumbers or whatnot.
You just trying to go viral.
Cucumbers and yeah, obviously.
And obviously those are made of water.
Yeah, I can absolutely. Yeah,
And
exactly.
they're also made of water.
Which is hilarious. I mean, it's just ridiculous because even if he is actually doing what he's saying, he's still having water. He just has no idea. Like, but the thing is, like, if you're young and like you're very like gullible and you'd fall for things like that, what if you go down that path of actually not drinking water and you just legit just die?
That's the thing about we need community notes like X
Yeah,
has,
absolutely.
where it's like, okay, this guy is just trolling. There's no scientific data to back this up. But that's where I
only-
hope that people go to AI now and ask it. Just like watch the video and then go ask so you get a different opinion.
Funny thing is, this guy's flexing the fact that I'm the only one here saying this. I wonder why, man. It's probably not a lot of them left who actually tried it. All right, there's another video where this guy thinks he solved the equation of life, essentially.
Prioritize aura above everything else. Like if you can make some money but lose some aura, never do that. If you're playing the long game in life, just put aura at the center of everything, and everything you do, ask yourself, will this negatively or positively impact my aura? And you think about the compounding returns of like maximum aura. I mean, you look around, you see guys like Future. You know what I mean? No one knows what he's saying in the songs, but the aura is so strong. He sold this part of his catalog for $80 million. Aura.
Okay, he was like, what he was saying, aura is like the buzzword now, right?
Yeah, it's in
What does aura mean for people that don't know? And you probably can
It's
explain
just
that.
like aura.
Vibe?
No. It is like what the actual word aura is. Like it's
energy, like
vibe, like your
what
I
follows
guess
you around.
presence or
Yeah, your
ambiance,
presence.
kind of like that, like right. So an aura farming is like someone who's like trying to like accumulate it by doing like very cringy and like try hardy stuff. Essentially, that's what aura farming is. Like, you know, when you can tell when someone's like trying too hard to like be cool or like act like they're like something when they're really not. That's aura farming. And then like this type of stuff where this guy's essentially alluding to the fact of you should be farming aura at every moment possible. It's just I didn't even watch that deep into the video. I didn't even know he was gonna bring up Future. So when I heard that's funny because we were just talking about him earlier. I can't believe this is a thing, dude. This is just outrageous.
No, well, most people, I don't know what they're gonna listen to it like. When I think about it and try and like find value in it, it's like, look, don't do something for a quick buck. Do the right thing. So if you can make $10,000, but it is going to be through like unethical means, don't do it because it negatively affects your aura. So like, that's the way I see it as. Like, it's just like, that's the way like I want to say like it's okay.
Yeah, but
then
he's
when he
not
went
putting
on
it
into
that
like the
way.
Future songs or whatever, it's like, okay, dude, what the hell are you talking about?
He sold
And
a
it's the
Cadillac
word-
for 80 mil. That's an insane amount. A part of his Cadillac is what he said.
No, it's catalog.
Oh, for 80 mil?
Yeah, like
Is that actually
sold-
real?
Yeah, I think you can sell like your music where you like the original music where it's like somebody like
Like
yeah.
the unfiltered stuff? Is that what you're trying to say?
No, I think like the rights to it almost like maybe not
Oh,
rights.
why would he ever do that? I know
80
Michael.
million.
I know Michael Jackson did it, but he was like dead at that point. His family, his estate did it.
Yeah, what about Tupac's estate? They're too busy suing Drake, right? Anyways, yeah, like that's like the positive side of it. If you want to like, you know, do the right thing. I do live by that for sure. It's like if you can make money but you're like doing something that's not right, well, maybe you shouldn't do that. And if you're taking advantage of someone or whatever, don't do that. That's trying to make a positive out of it. So, but that's a good way to look at it. But if you're looking at it like, oh, I gotta look like I gotta say, oh, yeah, I'm on the pod right now. I gotta make
If
sure
you're
that
all
my
doing
hair is
based on
perfect
looks and
every
you-
single
yeah.
thing, then you're
You gotta like
Yeah.
change something about yourself as well. Like,
I think
not-
there's like a certain level of self-presentation that matters, a bare minimum. But
absolutely,
if
yeah,
people
yeah.
watch this podcast, I wear the same outfit every episode.
Yeah.
I don't really like.
Your
I
aura,
don't know if that's bad aura.
Your aura, gray aura, bro. You've been aura farming since you got on the pod.
I'm like, please, someone notice my outfit. Anyways, what else you got?
This one, this guy's probably my favorite. I like this guy the most. Honestly, if I want to meet this guy and go to a restaurant with him to see if this is actually true.
People look at me as soon as I walk in and they're like, who is this guy? I look like I'm going to hurt somebody. I don't look like I walk into a place and I'm just coming to have a good time. Or I'm coming to eat lunch. When I walk in, it's like I'm literally going to hurt somebody.
So I measure time. I've compressed the
No,
condensed time.
yeah,
I've bent it.
enough with this guy. He's just-
What are the other ones on that one? Okay, well,
that doesn't go through. Oh, here we go.
As if there's way more continents outside of what we even know, and Earth is even bigger than we think. I mean, I just think a lot of times we are so incredibly light. You know what I mean? I mean, I think if we really knew, I think we would like go insane if we were like, wow.
One of the things about artificial intelligence is that it's been around for billions of years. Just because we are building it here on our planet at this time does not mean that civilizations that have existed prior to our civilization or even prior to the inception of our universe have not developed AI.
What are your thoughts on AI being here for 1 billion years and even potentially before even universe was even created?
well, I don't know what the like. You know, these guys don't know what
I
they're
think,
talking
I think
about.
he's
But
I think he studied it longer than you have because you said you did it since like Tesla Autopod. This guy studied it before the universe was created. So He might have a better course than you.
I think that one, like, if you think we're living in a simulation, then like this is all artificial.
That makes sense. If what he's saying, yeah, but he's not really like explaining it very well.
Yeah, so I don't know. That one's a weird one, but the other guy that said,
"Oh, I'm scared when I walk into."
Oh,
that you know what that is? That guy's been watching too many movies, and you know how like sometimes like when the main character walks in, everyone's like looking around like the hero of the movie. He genuinely thinks he's that guy.
No, but people that are watching it are also like, oh, that's why in the movies it's like that. They're validating it, so they're actually doing
They're
it.
probably looking at you like, why the fuck does this guy look like that? Why is he walking like he's so pissed off for no reason? That's probably why. He's not because he's gonna beat someone up.
I think this kind of stuff for men, especially though, is making men very, very dumb and stupid, and it's really, really screwing up the general like population situation because it's making it. I mean, on the flip side, if you actually take this stuff with a grain of salt and you learn good behaviors and you find yourself through this process of watching other stupid content and you like work on yourself, you can actually really stand out right now.
Yeah.
But I feel like guys right now, like girls are all looking for a guy, guys are looking for girls, and the guys are their own worst enemy in this. Like this content has views because there are people that are actually, it's resonating with people.
It is. That's the scary part. That like how it like now like people just say the most outlandish stuff. Like the water is a scam. Like bring this back like 10 years ago.
It is bad. It is bad.
But like 10 years ago, is anyone saying anything like that? Everyone's taking them like, oh, let's give them more views.
No. The fact is, it is sadly the podcast bullshit. Everyone can get a mic now and a camera and do this. And it's like we're sitting here. It's super awkward to have to say that. I like to think that we're bringing in important conversations.
I hope we are. I mean, I'm waiting for the one comment. It's like, bro, you're no different, pal. You said some pretty dumb shit.
You know what? Yeah, I get that. So it's.
I mean, we actually did get that comment once. On one of the reels we made, someone said, "Oh, this is
let's
why."
Let's film a podcast, bro.
Yeah, let's film a podcast, bro. Something like that.
Oh yeah. That's when yeah.
This guy's not done, Mister. I'm scared, or people get scared when I walk in a room. This is the definition of war farming. This man has made himself out to be the Incredible Hulk when he's probably the most nicest man ever, probably a teddy bear.
For the record, with our podcast, we do, if you know Harmo, me, Mindy, outside of this podcast, and you see us on camera here, there ain't much difference. So our aura or whatever, like, we'd like to at least say that we're genuine.
I mean, you aura form a lot in public. Like, you're like, ha, like, you're like, hey, guys.
You're fucked. It's not aura farming, bro. It's called aura. When I walk in a room,
you stop caring about money a while ago.
Everyone thinks I'm gonna hurt them.
That is true. I mean, no, like that's honestly when me personally, when I walk into a room, I know everyone's just like, yo, I'm not gonna talk to that guy because he looks like he's intimidating.
It'd be so funny if Mindy was saying that though.
Yeah, it actually makes sense. It makes sense. He makes sense. He makes sense.
Okay, go.
He couldn't take on me. That was 13. He picked up a wooden stick and he went to hit me over the head, and I did this and it broke. And then I took it out of his hand, picked him up and threw him on the coffee table. That's the beauty that we are actually superhumans. We just don't unlock these genes because...
So it is possible to get shredded without lifting though? You can get shredding with feasting and fasting cycles, metabolic flexibility, and understanding how to tap into fat, not carbohydrates.
Money glitches are real, dude. I literally sit down with billionaires and these guys understand how to print money. There are money glitches, but these glitches have to originate from some sort of cause. Cause equals effect. And you can influence the effect through action, but you need to be able to figure out what is the cause of a problem.
I don't know if you know this, but Steve Jobs, the owner of Apple, used to take a walk in the park every morning, and he would take them barefoot and was able to come up with new ideas. Sunlight will start hitting the plants, and it creates a process called photosynthesis.
No
it releases
way.
oxygen into the air through the plants, and that's how we breathe air. But if you take your first hit of oxygen when it comes out, you will feel refreshed for the whole day.
It's a video of him walking too in the sun with his big beard. What's the last one?
The last guy, so this guy's a numerologist, right? So you know they all like, oh, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5 plus 6 equals 8.
Went to Walmart 5 years ago. All the prices ended at 9. What changed? Me running my team out. The Chinese started the Olympic Games on 8/8/2008 at exactly 8:08 p.m. So they went from the 15th biggest economy in the world to the second in a matter of years because they implemented energy numerology.
Okay, numerology. Okay, it is legit, but people like this give it a horrible name.
What do you mean it's legit?
Well, I do believe there's a correlation between like numbers and everything and doing certain things at certain times. I do believe that.
So do you always, is that why you always want to record the podcast at the same time?
We always start recording at 1:01, if you ever seen. No, for me, like, it's just science. I guess everyone has their own truth and their own way of living life, right? So that's
But
why
what do you like? Give me an example of what you do. Now you have to share. Everyone's wondering.
I don't do anything. I just look at it, I'm like, that's cool. Like I just always
Like
heard,
if you
like,
see the time at a certain time.
no, it's just like I've heard things like, oh, if you see the time and it's like a certain number, like it can be like your guardian angel's like looking over you or like something like that. So I was finding like something cool, but it's nothing like I'm like, oh yeah, like that's happening right now.
No, okay, yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm one of my family friends that I've known for a long time. She's very big on it. So, I mean, sure, but like, I don't think that like China's the biggest economy. I mean, it's a compounding effect, right? They did the 8:08 p.m. thing, and then like the next day they did something else, and the next day they did something else. But like, economy is based on numbers and math. So like, I guess there's that. So they're
That's
good
what
at
I'm
math,
saying. So numerology, there is some
No,
truth to
it's-
it. I know you're not. But numerology can get into simulation theory.
I
as
mean,
well.
I do. I have the 24-hour clock on my phone, so I see like certain times all the time. Like I always see, but like I always see 10, 22, 22, 22. I always see it.
But
I
I always
always
see
see
1
it.
on 1, 2 to 2, 3 to 3, 4
But I feel like I'm just on my phone around
but
that
I always
time.
see that time. What? No, but why am I always? I'm driving. I just look at the clock. At that maybe subconsciously, I just
Well,
look
I don't
out for
see
that. I don't know,
3:33
like-
anymore because
Yeah, you're on military time because you're a war general, right?
Yeah. No, but yeah,
You need
just
photosynthesis.
I just wanted to be able to speak in that time. That's why I just want to teach myself that as a new skill. It was like something that I could passively learn.
Yeah.
Seriously, this is just like learning a new skill. That's
It
why I
is,
did
yeah.
it.
I
just did
like
it.
military time. I mean, I
did
was
it as
on
a-
it for like work wise for a while.
You know what, man? I changed the setting in my phone. After that setting change, I'm telling you right now. How many days do you have in a week? You have 7?
7.
I have 1738. 17.38 days per week. And you know why Fetty Wap always says 1738? Guess what? He has released 17 songs that add up to 38 minutes.
You know, that actually brings up a good point because you gave yourself more time by military time. My time stops at 12.
Yeah.
And your time goes until 24. You have more time than I do. These are the type of conversations no one's having. I mean, this is insane. Why is no one talking about
But
this?
again, there is some of these types of things, paradigm shifts are a real thing. Okay. If you have a habit and you change you reorganize your room, you reorganize your office, you change your, certain things, you will be able to, make changes in your life. So if you change to 24-hour clock, it could make you think you have more time in the day. It could give you this illusion of something, which could result in you doing something better. It could happen. It's just when you're freaking going on podcasts and making these clips and
I want to know that guy's name.
This is what you're known for. It's like, bro.
I want to know the big beard guy's name. I want him on our podcast. I want him
Hold
to
on, check the comments. It's not on there.
I haven't been able to get his name. Like the
Really?
thing is,
Let me give you the best
That's
analogy
crazy.
you've ever heard about the human body.
Let's hear it.
How long do you think I could go without food?
Dude, with your body fat, you're like 6%, maybe 3 days.
Good call. 30 days. How long do you think I could go without water?
48 hours.
I could go without water for 7 days. Now, tell me, if God created our body to go for 30 days without food, how come we're hungry every 3 to 4 hours at most?
Blood sugar?
So let me explain to you exactly why we're hungry. The truth is, it's not hunger, it's an addiction. Because if God created your body in a way where you don't have to
I'm
eat
done.
for 30 whole
Go to the
days,
comments.
because
Let
you're
me
not
see the
gonna have
top
food on
comments.
hand.
Pause the video, yeah.
I gave up food and water 6 years ago. Next up is air. I'll be a slave to no addiction.
So people are trolling. This is the top
Yeah,
comments.
obviously, but it's
he's
just
got
like-
500,000
but like,
subscribers.
what-
Go to his videos. Do you have like a proper
But
video?
as much a conviction he speaks with, it can't be a troll, dude. Like he's speaking like with like some
Aura.
fucking like aura.
He's
behind
the
it,
same guy
bro.
with the aura. He said the aura thing too, didn't he?
No, he wasn't an aura guy. That was some like random hippie. I swear, that was a random ass guy.
These are short-lived viral people. They have their 5 minutes of fame. They get all excited, and then they fizzle out because nobody wants to talk to them.
Come in to kill you. When I punch somebody, I don't punch their head. I'm imagining my fist going through their head, the back of their head. Their head gets stuck here on my elbow. That's how Bruce Lee used to punch. He punches. And who was like that? Mike Tyson.
Okay, while we're
Comes in
talking
and
about this, you
punches.
remember Liver
Why do you
King?
see everybody's
Exactly the
This is
same
Liver
type of
King.
person. Yeah.
No, do you remember he got
Yes,
exposed?
and he also
Fully
got
exposed.
sick. He looked like he was just getting sick too as well. Like he looked like he was. He
No.
didn't seem healthy.
No, but
he
you,
got exposed.
you
Yeah.
know he went on full send. He's like, no, I'm fully
Yeah.
natural. I'm fully natural. And then he has,
Dude.
not only was he on roids, he had ab implants.
Yeah, dude. And anytime you see like, okay, I don't want to make fun of or diss any like bodybuilding person. Anytime you see anyone like abnormally big, usually they're on something. And I think most influencers who are in the fitness industry, they are honest. Like I know Rich Piana, RIP, you know, he passed away. He was honest about his usage of steroids and whatnot. I know some people are. I know some people hide it as well. I don't think it should be something hidden because at the end of the day, I do think it's
fine. Just do your thing.
Yeah, like I don't think anyone's gonna hate you for it. I know they're always.
I'm gonna hate you for lying.
Yeah, they're gonna. Honestly, you're gonna get hate no matter if you're doing something good or bad. At the end of the day, if you feel better by hiding it, I guess that's your choice, right? But it's not right. But
especially if you're selling fitness advice to people and you're saying I did it naturally.
But also like that guy, like when I saw Liver King, I'm like, this guy's on roids, bro. Like you can't be that big, bro. Like you look abnormally big. You're redder than a tomato 24/7.
Okay.
You look like you're on something.
So look, you do still do CrossFit. I've been doing CrossFit for a long time. There's people that are 65 years old doing burpees, jumping around. There's people that are 45 years old that are super jacked. And I look at these guys, guess what? None of them look like these fitness influencers.
Yeah.
And like I definitely
I know
don't
it's
look,
a different
no,
type of
everyone
training
always
too.
says
I
about
do
me too.
get that, yeah.
No, everyone always, oh yeah, like it does look like you
Once
work
you're
out.
jacked. That's not what it is.
It's like, okay, you know what? Definitely if you eat less, you can reduce your body fat, or like eat better, you'll reduce your body fat. But at the same time, it's like, dude, I'm just saying.
You're not going for muscle mass anyways, bro. You're going for fitness, cardio, and
I mean,
strength,
I still want to
probably.
gain some muscle if I can, and
But
I'm
like
still,
you're not trying to be like you're not trying to be a King Azule.
I've increased my protein intake, and I've done a lot of that over the last 6 months, and I'm experimenting with different things. Like this is kind of the wave I'm going through now. Nothing's always permanent for me, and that's the same thing for bodybuilders. By the way, you see them in competitions, you see them, they look fucking perfect. 6 months later, they're bloated and they're just chilling, right? Which sometimes is by strategy.
A cycle you kind of have to do. Yeah.
Sometimes it's by strategy. Sometimes it's just like that's just like the life cycle, right? But it's just you're selling. That's what these people do online. They show off their abs. They say, "Look, I made these abs. You want to get them? I have an easier way to do it." Then there's guys on there. Hey guys, look at me in my mansion. Oh, you want to make this money too? Let me show you how to do it. And there's always that old school saying that say, hey, if you can't do, teach. Have you heard that before?
Really?
That's a saying that they, like if you can't, and then if you can't teach PE. It's what it actually is, the full one. My PE teacher told me that part.
Really?
Yeah, he's jokes. Back in the day, physical education gym class, right? So those who can't do, teach, right? And oftentimes, not always, those who can do, can't teach usually. Like Wayne Gretzky trying to coach.
Yeah.
Didn't work out so well. I don't know if MJ tried to coach at all.
Yeah, he's like GM, owner, weird like type of thing.
Yeah, so that's different.
Involvement.
Yeah, of course. This is kind of where I struggle. It's like, but I like really value a lot of good teachers that I have not bought courses from. So if you're giving away stuff for free and you're just doing it, and you're doing it as a marketing strategy, obviously me giving up this information is also with the strategy that some of them listen to what I say, learn something, go, I want that brain to look at this and fix my fucking business. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's like the end goal. It's like, okay, I want people to be like, I trust this man. I have a problem. He's actually giving me an idea how to solve it. If they're cheap, they're going to watch all my videos like I do. And I watch that person's videos and I rethink whatever. Sometimes I will reach out to them if they're a low-key YouTuber, because when they're low-key YouTubers, they're not like, hey, bro, $500K to talk to me.
Yeah. Or
like,
just won't even reply.
Or just won't even reply, right? So again, I'm sitting here with the full well knowledge that like creating content for business is a strategy that you can use to get clients and build credibility and grow your network and open some doors. And if you're watching this and you're like, oh, I've thought about making content, do it. But you have to have some strategy there. If you can, yes, start, but then you better start getting better. Every single episode or every single freaking thing you put out needs to be better than the last. So yeah, I don't know. Hopefully you guys
I know we're not.
Yeah. don't take our advice.
For the first comment, yeah, you guys really have
You
it.
guys gone down.
You guys
Bring
are
back
going up,
Mindy.
and then you guys
Bring
fucked
back
it with
Mindy.
this one.
Yeah.
You guys really dropped the ball.
So yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah, you can learn some stuff from this stuff, but yeah, I just want to acknowledge the fact that I also create content for my business. Right there, we'll put it up on the on the.
Oh, I thought you were like giving it up to God or something.
That's why I have business.
You're
Aura.
touching the oxygen in your aura. You're pointing at your aura.
Why do you think I have plants in the room?
Yeah, that's true.
My oxygen's
Why
doubled.
they're growing quite a bit.
Anyways, guys, your first
We
breath. I hold
didn't
my
even
breath
touch
all
on
night.
that one that much. You're a big guy into tech. What do you think about oxygen and photosynthesis and how Steve Jobs came up with everything? Amazing.
Steve
right?
Jobs also went to like college university classes, sat there without being a student, would sit there, listen to a course, and a lecture and then learned. He went to like art classes and just sat there and just like learned design about like that's how the iPhones look the way they do. Like he learned a lot of stuff, and I respect
It's
that.
just crazy to me that I genuinely want to know, like, did this guy really take this out of everything of Steve Jobs of how he did his stuff? He did photosynthesis.
It's same thing, bro. It's bullshit, bro. Come on, I can't do it. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I don't know. I can't believe
It's
that
entertaining as fuck. I must give it to him. It's like it's a good laugh. And you know what, guys? I know like this might have been a very different podcast than we do, and it's the first time we actually incorporated like clips and stuff into it. So let us know if you guys liked it, and let us also know if you guys get this on your algorithm. This might just be a me thing.
No, it's a lot of guys.
I know. Well, I'm
Girls
saying
get their own.
girls as well, but I'm saying like if you guys have encountered like, well, I guess the genre has been called low IQ podcast moments. So if you guys encounter this, let us know. And hey, you know what? Tag us more because I want to see more. I find this very entertaining. I find this hilarious. I know you probably hate it, and you just can't stand it. I find so much entertainment in this.
For me, it makes me just more like this is stupid.
I'm
and
the
I just-
audience.
Yeah.
I'm the target audience.
Well, if for entertainment purposes, sure. But for me, it's like, okay, I did consume self-help content, books, YouTube videos, whatever. And then I grew out of them. And I think that it is important to know that you're going to grow out of your idols will eventually become your rivals.
With this topic, I also want the people, like the viewers, or if this ever gets out to those people who actually make the content, I know there's lots of people out there that make content that do legit stuff and they actually work towards like making better content. This isn't to put you guys under the same umbrella as the people that are doing this stuff. I do get it. It's very difficult stuff to be an influencer. It's difficult to be trendy. We already know how hard it is. We've been making videos for quite a while here. And we don't want to ever disrespect anyone from doing their grind. We just have an issue with people who say these type of things and get like a huge following. I find it hilarious. This guy finds it hilarious, and we thought it'd be funny to bring it up today. So, yeah.
Yeah, I just think don't take everything you see at face value and essentially like evaluate it. If it resonates with you and it's something that you want to actually try, go ahead and attempt it. But definitely be critical of things that you hear, even if they're from sources that you regularly trust. Even things we say, it's not a bad idea to double check. There's a high probability that the people that are giving you financial advice, that are giving you fitness advice, that are giving you all these things, not a high probability, but there is a chance that it's all smoke and mirrors and it's complete BS. They may not even have any money they're making, and all the money they make is off their course. A lot of people online in the automation AI space right now, which is what I do for businesses, helping them be more efficient. I don't even like using the word AI anymore because it makes me want to puke in that context, because it's like, oh, you're one of those guys, right? There's a lot of people out there going, oh yeah, this is how I automate stuff for businesses, and I make like 10K per week. I make 100K per month. I just moved out. I just bought my mom a house. If you were to actually do the math and see where that 100K is coming from, a lot of that money is coming from content that they're creating, not just ad revenue or affiliate links and everything else, but also people buying their course, signing up for their Zoom calls, whatever, and paying extra for that. If they're trying to tell you, hey, let me show you how you can make 100K a month, but they're making 100K in a month by making YouTube videos, you can watch their YouTube videos and start making your own and learn from that. But otherwise, their incentive is just to sell whatever product and
cash grab, not
actually teach you the inner workings. That's why when you see someone who's been doing automation and stuff, that's why I also haven't created content, because I'm like, I haven't been doing it for long enough. Who am I to freaking say I'm the expert in this field? But the more I see all this crazy, horrible content out there, the easier it goes, okay, maybe I do know what I'm talking about, right? So anyways, just take it with a grain of salt, and also know that there is a lot of great content available to you for free. And the classic saying of like, do as I say, not as I do, right? Understand that that's what a lot of these people are doing. Hey guys, I wake up at this time, whatever, but then really they're just sleeping in all day. I'm going to bet more than you would ever think are BSing. And your influencer that you're tied closely to, that you follow religiously, if you've been following them for a very long time, you need to understand you need to outgrow these people. You need to be growing. And if that person's still spewing the same content over and over again, and you're just in that echo chamber, it might not be beneficial. I don't know. Hopefully you guys want to follow my journey of creating content for my business. Evolveco.ai is the handle.
Selling a course? No course.
Yeah, I'm starting, if you do want to follow my page, I will only accept your request once you've sent a subscription. It's a donation thing.
Yeah. Donation, not a subscription.
Yeah. No, I'm just joking. But I'm going to be creating more content. So sure, if you're watching this, thanks for watching. We have some cool episodes that we're planning to release soon as we bring on some more guests. If there's content that you want us to talk about, please leave it in the comments. Leave it in an anonymous suggestion box that we have on our website. And thanks so much for tuning in this week. We'll see you next week.
See you guys.